It is 3:30 in the afternoon. I am first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together, check in, just see what's doing in the world of weather. And it is a busy afternoon. Thankfully, not here locally. We'll get to our local stuff in just a couple of minutes' time. But first, let me take you right out to Tropical Depression 3. It was upgraded at 11 o'clock this morning. Maximum sustained winds are at 35 miles an hour. But monitoring the database that the National Hurricane Center has and keeps open, thankfully, to us, every indication is that this is going to be upgraded to Bret just before 5 o'clock this afternoon. Let me show you the satellite imagery on this thing. We'll start off with the visible satellite, and it's the storm on the left there. You can already see the sun, of course, setting on it, but there's definitely spiral banding. It's definitely looking better organized. Let me switch to the infrared channel, and there you go. You can see that counterclockwise spin to it. The center of your screen, that's Invest 93. So we actually have two areas that we're watching in the tropics, but Tropical Depression 3 looks like it is going to become Tropical Storm Bret. Now, that said, what does the advisory look like as of right now? Again, we're not going to get another update from the Hurricane Center until 5 o'clock, but this is the advisory as of 11 o'clock this morning. And very clearly, you can see it is working little by little through the Caribbean and is expected to get to the Antilles by about Friday morning, around Puerto Rico Saturday morning. That's the full cone from the National Hurricane Center, okay? So with that said, what is next for us in Central Florida? There's a lot of people asking for sure, and I want to make sure to keep you up to date. For right now, we don't know. You know, the storm is just starting to get its act together, so we don't have much vital information on the extreme long term. I mean, I can show you models, but at the end of the day, that's kind of where we're at. Tim says, I have clients cruising in the Caribbean this week. It looks like this will miss them. That's the hope, at least, right? We always say, though, weaker storms go west. Now, this is the model plots coming from the National Hurricane Center, and there you go. You can kind of see working into the Caribbean islands. There is, toward the end, I do want to point out, toward the end here, a subtle adjustment to the north. But this is where it slams into some wind shear. So the overall concern of this becoming anything big and powerful, thankfully, is fairly low. We're not anticipating this to become any kind of a massive storm system. The models have absolutely backed off on that. So that's good news. But what does happen long term, right? Let's take a look at the GFS. We'll switch this over to, we'll do the pressure. That's always a good litmus, right? So let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so there it is, kind of the bottom of your screen. There's the second one behind it trying to form up, okay? And then watch becoming a hurricane, moving into the Antilles. That's 12Z, so that's about 9 p.m. on Friday evening. Then kind of starting to move up right near Puerto Rico. That's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then kind of hanging out, and then you kind of get this squeeze play. It gets dissolved and recurves out to sea. And then the second one kind of just continues trucking along. How interesting that is. So that's the GFS showing, you know, the two systems. There's that second system. That's Invest 93 around. And the European, let me just dial that up real fast. The European, let's hit that. Oh, I hit the wrong one. My apologies. Full European, and we'll go to pressure, and normalized, and we'll go to the Atlantic Basin. All right. Okay, so there we go. Rolling through time, and you've got both of them there in the bottom part of your screen. There's what will be Bret moving into the Antilles. That's a little earlier than the GFS, a little quicker. And then that fades, but look at how the second one, which would become the C-named storm, kind of stays out to sea. So I've had a lot of people asking me and a lot of people reaching out, like, is this going to hit us? Do I need to be freaking out? Do I need to be boarding up? The answer to all of those is no. it doesn't, at least for now, look like it's going to hit us. Computer models generally taking it this direction. And I will show you. So this is Tropical Depression 3, soon to be Tropical Storm Bret. This is the computer models on the storm system. Behind it, this is Invest 93. 93 recurves. Bret, a little less aware of where that's going to go. But at the end of the day, what I do know is that neither one of them look to be anything terrifying for us in Central Florida. Okay, very, very, very important to understand that. Okay, all right. I'm slamming on the forecast. This is what I've got for you right now. I haven't even adjusted it yet. So let's do this. Let's just show you the morning version for now. Okay, we've got showers and thunder showers, lots of moisture around the next couple of days. There is even morning storms in the forecast. All right, I'm in the weather center by myself today, so I'm just kind of throwing everything together. So I will get the 7-day updated. I will get the futurecast loaded, and you're going to have to join me for WESH 2 News starting at 4 o'clock. And also, we're going to do another coffee talk thing, 9 o'clock tonight. Call it coffee, call it tea, call it whatever you want. Okay, we'll see you at 9 o'clock, and we can talk a lot more there. I'm just kind of slamming right now. Sound good? Sound good. All right, listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for the afternoon coffee talk. I'll see you on TV and back on the socials